Cordell Tinch, world champion, Diamond League champion, the most decorated 110-meter hurdler alive. Then he came back to China, and someone beat him. Now Xiamen is waiting, and the Wolves have gathered. Cordell Tinch took a 3-year break from track and field before he became the world's best hurdler. He sold phones. He installed cable. He ran machinery at a factory that made toilet paper. It was not a crisis, it was a reset. Before the 2025 World Championships, he described what those years meant. "I don't think that I make it to where I am now if I don't ever take that break to find myself." Finding myself was the biggest part of all of that. Tinch had grown up in Green Bay, Wisconsin, and enrolled at the University of Minnesota on a football scholarship. When football did not work out, he transferred to Pittsburgh State, a Division II school in Kansas. A transfer complication kept him from competing right away, and when the pandemic shut down the seasons entirely, he went home. By the time he returned to the track, his focus had changed. At Pittsburgh State, the results came fast. He won the NCAA Division II Indoor Championships in the 60-meter hurdles and the high jump in 2023. He was named the National Men's Track Athlete of the Year for the Division II indoor season. He held 7 of the top 10 marks in Division II history for the 60-meter hurdles. Then in June of 2023, he ran 12.96 seconds at the Arkansas Grand Prix in Fayetteville. That time broke Grant Holloway's NCAA record by 0.02 of a second. Tinch turned professional that same month, despite having 2 more years of collegiate eligibility remaining. He competed at the 2023 World Championships in Budapest, reaching the semifinal in his first senior global appearance. 1 year later, at the 2024 United States Olympic Trials, he placed 4th in 13.03 seconds. The top 3 made the Paris team. He did not. The margin between making the Olympics and watching it from home was hundredths of a second. He stored that and kept going. In 2025, everything aligned. Tinch opened the Diamond League in Xiamen and won his first ever Diamond League race in 13.06 seconds, posting a world lead heading into May. 1 week later in Keqiao, on the same track where this season now loops back to, he ran 12.87 seconds. That time was a meeting record, a world lead, and the equal 4th fastest legal performance in the history of the 110-meter hurdles. Only Aries Merritt, Grant Holloway, and Devon Allen had gone faster. Tinch's time matched the mark set by Cuba's Olympic champion Dayron Robles, and it announced him to the rest of the sport as something more than a rising prospect. 4 Diamond League wins across the season earned him a spot in the final in Zurich. He ran 12.92 seconds to win it, equaling a meeting record that had stood since 1989. The Diamond League title was his. Then came Tokyo. 3-time defending world champion Grant Holloway, who had not lost a world title since 2017, did not make it past the semifinal. The final was open. Tinch ran 12.99 seconds to win gold, the only man in the race to go under 13 seconds. Jamaica's Orlando Bennett took silver in a personal best of 13.08. Tyler Mason of Jamaica took bronze in 13.12. From a man who missed the Olympic team in 2024 to world champion and Diamond League champion in 2025. In one season, going into 2026, Tinch made an unusual call. After winning the 60-meter hurdles at the Millrose Games in New York in February, he stepped away from the barriers for the rest of the indoor season and shifted his focus to the long jump. At the Tyson Invitational in Fayetteville, he jumped 8.29 meters, placing himself 3rd on the world indoor list at the time. He competed in the long jump at the United States Indoor Championships and placed 6th. The hurdles waited. His return to the barriers came at the 2026 Diamond League meet in Keqiao, the same track where he had run 12.87 1 year before. The setting was identical. The circumstances were different. It did not go to plan. American hurdler Jamal Britt ran 13.07 seconds, equaling his personal best, and crossed the line first. Tinch finished 2nd in 13.10. Japan's Rachid Muratake placed 3rd in 13.18. Bennett came in 4th in 13.20. One result is not a collapse, but it is information. It told every rival in this event that Tinch is still building back his sharpness from a winter without hurdles. The men who spent that winter preparing over the barriers noticed. The The field arriving in Xiamen is not built around what Tinch did in 2025. It is built around what he showed in Keqiao. The timing of what comes next is not an accident. Xiamen is where Tinch's 2025 title run started. He has won at the Egret Stadium before, but the field lined up against him carries more collective global experience than anything he has faced as a defending champion. Daniel Roberts is the reigning Olympic silver medalist. He ran 13.09 seconds to finish behind Grant Holloway at the Paris 2024 Games, doing it after clipping a hurdle mid-race and still outleaning Jamaica's Rashid Broadbell at the line by 0.03 of a second. He holds a personal best of 12.96 seconds. A three-time United States national champion in the 110-meter hurdles, Roberts does not fold under pressure. He has also won 2 Diamond League meetings in Xiamen and Suzhou in 2024, which means the surface and the conditions are familiar to him. Enrique Llopis of Spain is currently ranked world number 2 in the event. He finished 4th at the Paris Olympics, 4th at the Tokyo World Championships, and 4th at the 2024 World Indoor Championships in Glasgow. 3 major stages. 3 times he fell 1 position short of the podium. At the 2026 World Indoor Championships in Poland, that streak ended. He won silver in the 60-meter hurdles in 7.42 seconds, breaking through at the global level for the first time. He arrives in Xiamen with momentum and nothing left to prove about whether he can handle a major final. Orlando Bennett won silver at the Tokyo World Championships in a personal best of 13.08 seconds. After crossing the line, he described the silver medal as a launching pad, not a finish line. He said his next target is to break 13 seconds flat. He ran 13.20 in Keqiao, which was not his best race. And Orlando Bennett running with clean technique and his top speed is the same athlete who ran 13.08 in a World Championship final. That version is the one Tinch will need to account for. Liu Junxi of China won bronze at the 2025 World Indoor Championships. He will race with the Xiamen crowd behind him. In a sprint hurdle event where the gap between 1st and 5th can be 3 or 4 hundredths of a second, that environment and that indoor form make him a factor. Tinch is still the world champion. He still owns the fastest personal best in this field, 12.87 seconds. No one in Xiamen has run anywhere close to that. When he operates at his ceiling, this race is a competition for second place. But championships and personal bests are records of a previous version of the season. The athlete who ran 13.10 in Keqiao was not yet back to that level. Stepping away from the hurdles for several months disrupts the exact rhythm and timing mechanics that make Tinch what he is. That rebuild takes races. It takes misses. It takes the kind of reset he is clearly still working through. Cordell Tinch built everything he has in China. In 2025, winning at Xiamen, the Diamond League and the World Championship, the sport could not touch him. Then he returned to Keqiao and Britt beat him by 0.03 of a second. That margin sent a signal to every training room in the event. The champion is not yet back. The window is open. Now Xiamen, the city where the title run began. But Roberts, Llopis, Bennett, and Liu have not traveled to China for a ceremony. They are elite athletes who believe Tinch has not found his peak form yet. And this is the moment to press before he does. Tinch knows the sport does not hold last year's results against this year's rivals. The crown is not broken, but for the first time, someone has put their hands on it. Xiamen is Tinch's chance to reset the conversation on his terms.